big toe PAILS and rails for big toe extension or dorsiflexion. So PAILS and rails from FRC, progressive angular isometric loading, regressive angular isometric loading, hence we call it PAILS and rails for short. Ideally you're using this anatomy in motion wedge that you would have gotten from me in office, but you could use your shoes. I had a patient send me a picture. He's using a good old-fashioned door stopper, but it's something to extend your toe, and we're working on this big toe extension or dorsiflexion, whatever word you want to use. This is a trigger for your glutes. This is so freaking important. Nobody looks at the foot. It drives me up the wall. To walk normally, meaning your foot is forward, we need about 35 degrees of big toe extension, right? Which is equivalent of me putting my middle finger, I'm not flipping you off, maybe I am, or maybe you're flipping your big toe off when it doesn't move. But that's you standing. Can you put your middle finger under your toe, which is about 35 degrees. When you start to run, that's probably gonna go up to 40 to 55 degrees of extension you need. For sprinting, some textbooks say as high as 75 degrees. I think that's a little high. I think 60, 65 is more realistic. But regardless, if we don't have this extension, especially when you're in that locked foot shape, okay, then you're gonna have to start rotating your foot out, which means you're getting less internal rotation of the entire lower limb. Internal rotation is how you fully lengthen your glutes, right? So if you're not able to do that, you're not using your assets, pun intended, optimally for sprinting speed, power, whatever, okay? And you're always walking with this foot out position. I mean, that could cause piriformis issues. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Now, you most likely, actually not most likely, I would have taught you what other things I'm gonna have you do before this in office for some self-tissue work, but then you're gonna get in this position. It kind of looks, it's like, you know, combat sit, but I'm extending my big toe, my heel's on the ground. You're gonna be into the stretch. I'm leaning forward to get a bigger stretch in my big toe. And I'm gonna hold this position for the stretch for at least 60 seconds, preferably 90 to 120 seconds. FRC wants a multiple minute hold. I don't got time for that. So you be in the stretch, and then just like with any other PAILS and rails, you're gonna alternate between pressing down and lifting up, but you're gonna slowly ramping pressing down and lifting up. You're not just gonna go 0 to 100. So I'm in this position, right? I've got a nice stretch. This is also working on your ankle, so double whammy. And then I'm gonna slowly ramp up. I'm gonna press my big toe down, hold that for 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna slowly ramp up, lift my big toe up. But the key though is whenever you're lifting the big toe up, people tend to rock back. So I want you putting your weight, like leaning your upper body against your knee and maintain that pressure, because I see it all the time. Pressing down great, and then I don't want that. Keep your body still. As always, refer to your therapeutic exercise list for frequency recommendations.